the 2K Sports pregame show.
With the Diesel and the Jet, this is Ernie Johnson. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. And coming right up, we'll see the Milwaukee Bucks playing against the Hawks in Atlanta. Checking out Atlanta, they're looking to come out strong and make their mark early. They have to look at this game as a great opportunity to do just that. Got a couple of minutes here before tip-off. Let's talk about the best of the best. The category this time around, ball handling. Kenny, who's got the best handle?
The best handle in the league right now? Oh, easily. Kyrie Irving and Steph Curry.
Oh.
I'm going Kyrie number one, Steph Curry number 1A. Because
That's my alarm,
I
Ernie.
say this, Steph Curry has to use his handle to get his shot, but Kyrie uses it all the time to get everywhere on the floor.
It's Steph Curry, Jamal Crawford,
Ooh.
then Chris
Nice.
Paul,
Yes.
maybe a little Rondo, maybe Tony Parker, Derrick Rose, and my sleeper coming off the bench, Orlando, my neighbor, Elfrid Payton.
Kevin Harlan, take it away.
On the road and hungry for a win against an Eastern Conference rival, the Milwaukee Bucks are ready for this thing to get started. We're at the Phillips Arena. The Atlanta Hawks plan to take advantage of home court. The NBA on 2K Sports. Thanks for joining us this Sunday afternoon. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. And it's the Hawks to start out. All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. And Milwaukee, looking at who they've got. Filling out the wings, it's Middleton and Antetokounmpo. Monroe is out there with Parker. And it's Carter Williams in at the point guard.
And Kyle Korver enjoying a career renaissance, if you will, here in his 30s. A former late second-round pick. He's kicked around the league a little bit. He's really found his niche here in the motion offense of the Atlanta Hawks.
Horford with it. Right side, Millsap. Buried from 15 feet out. Millsap's got his second basket of the game.
And it looks like he might just be on his A game today, Clark.
And stolen by Horford. It's deflected. Stolen by Middleton. Fast break, Milwaukee. Antetokounmpo can't get it to go. The Hawks have gone 2 or 3 here to start out the game. Teague can't hit. On offense, here are the Bucks. Carter Williams dishes to Middleton. Antetokounmpo kicks to Monroe. Elbow shot. Millsap grabs the miss.
Major defensive lapse right there. He's not a player you can leave open for a jump shot. You got to stay attached to him. They're lucky he couldn't punish them for it.
Middleton the pass to Monroe. Antetokounmpo kicks to Parker, and a great assist by Antetokounmpo as that one goes in.
Defensively, that possession better not start a trend because they just handed him 2 points.
To the paint, here's Korver. Milwaukee with the rebound. And about 2 minutes played here in the first quarter. Pass to Antetokounmpo. Down low. Here's Monroe. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him. Milwaukee on D. Teague kicks to Millsap. Atlanta again missing. The Bucks have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Carter Williams with it. Picked up by Teague. Here's Monroe. And it's another Milwaukee shot. Tip-off goes to Milwaukee. Here are the starters for Milwaukee. The dynamite pair of Antetokounmpo and Parker at forward. Carter Williams is the point with Middleton at the 2. And it's Monroe in at the center. And he isn't the biggest body at 6'8", Clark, but Paul Millsap very effective.
And part of his being underrated and underestimated, I think, is due to that size. But folks are finally starting to come around. That kind of production he's put up will make that happen.
Marked down low that time, and he got the 3-second goal. Here's Teague. And here's Korver from the arc. The shot no good. Great D that time from Middleton. On defense, Atlanta. Earlier, Doris Burke spoke with head coach Jason Kidd. What'd you find out, Doris?
He talked about the impact that Al Horford can have on a game and how they'll have their work cut out for them dealing with him. He said Horford's just a complete ball player. He does all the things you want from a big man. He can shoot, handle, and pass. He's always a tough matchup, but it starts with matching his energy level. Kevin will see if they have what it takes.
And as always, Doris, thank you. And so it's the Hawks getting on the board first. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot two.
And Greg Monroe really has had a good young career, despite playing out of position for much of it. He has the size and skill set of an agile center, but was made to play power forward in Detroit once they drafted Andre Drummond, and that took some getting used to.
We're talking about Greg Monroe, and Greg, you gave us a nice little synopsis. He doesn't have, Clark, the long-range jumper teams are now asking out of that position in this day and age in the NBA.
Yeah, more teams want that stretch power forward. He's not super athletic. Where he does his greatest damage is in the painted area. There's still value in that.
And here is Monroe. After Kyle Korver hitting the three, that's good.
Oh, that is just weak defense there. I'm pretty sure that was not the plan to give him those kind of baskets at the hoop.
Got that one up quick.
Wow, risky shot there size-wise, but the incredible skill that he possesses allows that one to go.
Well, the quick high release negated any height disadvantage he had right there.
Now, here is Monroe. Middleton left side. Just 5 on the clock. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot two. It's going to be on Kyle Korver. We talk about players who don't get a lot of recognition that probably deserve some. For me, Chris Middleton, Clark.
He's at the top of the list in that regard for me too, Kevin. I mean, really a revelation for the Bucks the last couple of years. He's a really good all-around forward who can do everything well.
Middleton hits them both.
And Middleton has improved every year as well. Added the three-point shot after the rookie season, which made him very tough to deal with offensively. And for Middleton, adding that three-point shot was huge. I mean, not only can he keep teams honest outside, but he hits over 40% of his shots from beyond the arc.
Well, you have to love the energy and the effort given every night by Kent Bazemore, hustling for loose balls. Greg, a lot like you, actually. Runs the floor like a tornado, can handle the ball, the consummate role player.
He really is. And you know, you can have to have guys who can be effective with out the basketball, Kevin. There's only one out there, right, and you're going to have 5 guys, so you need other areas of the game to be effective. And he focuses on the defense, the rebounding, all those little things that add up to victories.
Takes the 13-footer. Monroe's shot is good.
And a big height advantage right there.
You know, it's tough to bring a big man that far away from the goal, but that might be a mismatch they're willing to live with. And, you know, going back to Kent Bazemore, he was not a 5-star recruit coming out of high school. Was solid and unspectacular in college. Entered the NBA as an undrafted free agent. Exceeded everybody's expectations. Nice physicality displayed by Monroe to set that shot up.
Bazemore for 3. The rebound by Middleton. Bucks have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. And it's Antetokounmpo penetrated. Good work defensively by Millsap.
And getting back to Kent Bazemore, I mean, he will always have a role in this league because of his defense and his positive attitude. He's the kind of guy who gets counted out early, then goes on to have a legitimate 10-year NBA career.
Now Monroe kicks to Carter Williams, and that one's good.
Crisp pass into the paint.
Tip-off goes to Milwaukee. We've got a chance here to set the floor courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. On the court for the Bucks. Filling out the wings, it's Middleton and Antetokounmpo. Jabari Parker is out there with Monroe. And it's Carter Williams in at the 1 spot.
Guys, that time he went for the fancy finish for us there, man. That was sweet.
And the Bucks arguably were the best story in the Eastern Conference last year. How about going from the bottom of the barrel to a 6th-place finish in that Eastern Conference?
On offense here, the Bucks. Antetokounmpo kicks to Parker. Middleton drives in. It's blocked. Here's Millsap. Somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup.
Well, that fast break went according to plan.
Yeah, nice job there, Greg. Recognizing the opportunity was there to push it, and then excellent execution.
And Antetokounmpo with the basket on the assist by Monroe.
Well, Merry Christmas. I mean, that was a freebie.
Hawks have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. That's a 2 from Korver, and misses it off the right side of the rim.
Well, I think the defense got lucky right there. I mean, he's going to make a lot more of those than he misses when he's got that much room.
Now, Antetokounmpo, Parker up top. 5 to shoot. The shot by Middleton, wide open. Drills it from outside. Middleton's got himself on the board with 3 there. Clark, some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, they need a basket just to regain some momentum here, Kevin.
He rifled that one in from distance.
That is in the gym range, partner. Kevin, he can pull up and knock it down from anywhere. You hear me? From anywhere.
And you know there's really no bad shot for a guy like him when he's firing a 3 like that.
Now here's Korver. Jabari Parker unable to get his last shot to go. Carter Williams with it. He kicks to Monroe. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2. The Bucks shooting their initial free throws of the game right here. And that one falls for Greg Monroe. Last season, Atlanta showed just how much fun a team can have playing team basketball, a complete team effort. We use that word a lot. You don't see it much in the NBA, but boy, they epitomized it, Clark.
Yeah, they sure did. Refreshing to see a team do that well collectively without a real superstar. Just a solid group that understood their...
Tip-off goes to Milwaukee. All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. On the court for the Bucks. Carter Williams is the point with Middleton at the 2. The dynamite pair of Antetokounmpo and Parker at forward, and it's Monroe in at the center position. And so the Milwaukee Bucks get the first points of the ballgame. From deep. Rebound by Greg Monroe. Well, the Bucks made huge strides as a team last season. Greg, most of it came from them establishing themselves as a top-tier defensive team.
And, Kevin, as you know, that's really where it starts for all the elite teams. And the Bucks defensively were very strong. You look at the metrics that measure a lot of the defensive categories. Bucks finished with the 2nd-best defensive rating in the NBA.
That's his first personal foul.
And, guys, the Bucks were great across the board defensively. Top 5 in field goal percentage defense. Top 10 in three-point field goal defense. And, of course, created a lot of turnovers, too.
And a big part of why the Bucks were so good on defense is because they got back on defense. They allowed the fewest fast break points in the league. Hustling back in transition goes a long way with the team's D.
Tries from 10. Rebound, Atlanta. About a minute played so far here in the first. Now the dish to Bazemore. Back to Teague. This one for 3. The offensive rebound. Millsap. And the bucket counts, and he's on his way to the free throw line. Try to make it a 3-point play.
If you battle for the offensive rebound and come up with it, you're guaranteed a high-quality shot on a follow just like he got there.
And guys, you got to love the front court for these Atlanta Hawks. I mean, Al Horford and Paul Millsap both give up a few inches in terms of height, but you won't find a more skilled and versatile front court in the NBA.
Flush that thing down, young fella.
That is a fierce two-hander.
Maximum force on that dunk. And just because you can make it from outside doesn't mean you need to live there.
Not that far out anyway, Greg. I mean, he can work for a better shot than that.
The guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came upright with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it, too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket and don't let them set up the defense.
Well, speaking of the skill of the Atlanta front court, their offense predicated on ball movement and spacing and shooting. A lot like San Antonio. Horford and Millsap, a perfect fit.
Really, those two enjoy playing together. Excellent chemistry between them because they're both mobile, agile, skilled big guys.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
Teague can't hit.
A little ambitious on that possession, trying to hit a shot in the face of that defensive pressure.
Parker outside, and there's the 3-second call, this one on the defense. The Bucks shooting their first free throw of the contest. And he shows the focus there, nails the technical.
The Hawks were fantastic last season. After the All-Star break, they did slip up a bit, struggled against teams over 500.
If you're just tuning in, we played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. Monroe against Horford. 6 on the shot clock. He faded back on that one to give himself some room. They lost the last 3 games of the regular season, Clark, and really just limped into the playoffs. Some of it might have just been fatigue.
Yeah, it could have been, and their play at the end of the season did leak into the playoffs, Kevin. I mean, you could see very quickly that they weren't the same team that looked so dominant during the regular season.
And here is Monroe. After Kyle Korver hitting the 3, Antetokounmpo can't get it to go. Outside Millsap. He feeds it to Teague. From outside the arc, Antetokounmpo pulls it in.
He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see.
Here's Carter Williams. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
Hey, kid, you ready? All right.
Hawks have gotten 3 of 8 shots to fall for them here in the first quarter. And here's Korver from the arc. It's rebounded by Carter Williams. The Bucks have gone 50% from the field to this point, 4 of 8. And Middleton kicks to Carter Williams. Middleton on the wing, guarded by Korver. Shots good by Middleton.
Defensively, that possession better not start a trend because they just handed him 2 points.
From deep, and there's Korver on the assist by Millsap. And it's 6 points in the game for Kyle Korver. Middleton on the wing, shoots the 3, and he gets it to go.
And how about that for a response?
Well, it sounded as though, or at least it looked as though it sounded like, we'll give you a 3, and then we'll take it right back.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Dime-dropping delights is what I call it.
That is a nice pass. I will give you that one.
Yep, he's on the money, there's no doubt. And the Hawks with a completely new group on the floor. Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Plumlee, he's checked in for Monroe. Henson comes in for Jabari Parker. O.J. Mayo, he's checked in for Chris Middleton. And Jared Bayless subbed in for Carter Williams. Now here's Mayo, kicks to Henson. Pass to Bayless. He trains it as the shot clock ticks down. Clark, 8 lead changes now, and we're still just in the first half.
You know, both teams showing a lot of resilience, I think. Coming back and coming back, back and forth, back and forth.
That reminds me of a song.
Yeah, Kevin, that's Cameo, to be exact. And I'm not sure I've seen a game with more lead changes this early.
The pass to Mayo. Down low. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
You know, not many saw it coming last season with the Hawks. I mean, they just ran away with the Eastern Conference. It was the first time they took the East since 1994.
And with the Hawks and the East, they just dominated the rest of the division, 39-27. of the Hawks' 60 regular season wins came in conference.
Yeah, and across the board, the Hawks statistically just dominated all Eastern opponents. They shot it better, played better defense, took better care of the ball. They are set up to be a factor in this conference for a long time.
Well, Clark, the Bucks were much improved on the road last season, going 18-23.
Yeah, they were very competitive. This young team fought hard and rarely found themselves out of games on the road, which is a good sign for the future.
And so it's Milwaukee with it after the basket by Atlanta. Plumlee with the screen. In the corner, Mayo with it. From deep. No good. So Atlanta will take it the other way.
And for the Bucks, who only won 5 road games in 2014, last year's mark of 18 is a huge step forward. Still, they had problems last year as they had an 11-game road losing streak towards the end of the season.
.34 seconds left to play in the first quarter. To the paint, here's Plumlee, and he finishes it off with a one-handed jam.
Tell you what, he's not an easy guy to stop when he's got his sight on the rim.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
Did he just go chop chop there with that one-hand tomahawk slam?
Now here's Hardaway. No scoring yet from him, but that's like
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson, welcoming you to the NBA on 2K Sports. Excited, I mean thrilled to be here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. I'm so lucky. Tonight, it'll be the Atlanta Hawks going up against the Charlotte Hornets. And for Charlotte, they're looking to come out strong and make their mark early. They have to look at this game as a great opportunity to do just that. Well, Charlotte has seen some players come and go over the last couple of years. When you look at this composition of this Hornets team, Shaq, which player do you think is most vital to their success?
Well, Al Jefferson, a.k.a. Baby Fundamentals, is their leader on the floor, on and off the court. From a pure numbers standpoint, Ernie, he's the guy giving the team the highest offensive production.
Hey, don't forget about Kemba Walker, man. And we forget about him when we talk about handles in the NBA. He's in the top 5. He's not 1, 2, or 3, but he's in the top
10,
5.
not top 5.
He's in the top
out.
5 of handles in the NBA. Kemba Walker gets it done.
Welcome, everyone, to this 2K Sports broadcast live in Atlanta, Georgia at the Phillips Arena. The NBA on 2K Sports. Thanks for joining us this Sunday afternoon. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony, and on the sideline tonight, Doris Burke. Tip-off goes to Charlotte. All right, let's set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Setting the floor for the Hornets. Kidd, Gilchrist, and Williams are at the forward spots. Batum is out there with Kemba Walker, and it's Zeller in at the 5. Hornets on defense now.
And what a year last year for the Hawks. And what a job they did in their division. So many people thought Washington or Miami would run away with the Southeast, but the Hawks took that division by storm.
And here's Walker. After Kyle Korver hitting the 3, shots good by Walker.
Oh, that is just weak defense there. I'm pretty sure that was not the plan to give him those kind of baskets at the hoop.
And stolen by Horford. Korver against Batum. Millsap sinks it. What range from outside. Wow. Millsap's got his first 3 points of the game. And here's Charlotte. Here's Williams. That falls. Nice feed that time from Walker.
Another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively so far.
Yeah, and I think we're going to see them operating a lot of their offense from the interior today.
Now here's Walker. Takes it from 10. Shot by Zeller, no good.
I'll tell you what, for what's really an elementary shot, he looked a little nervous on that release.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
Outside Korver. He dishes it to Millsap. Korver with it, and Batum picks him up defensively. Hornets have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Well, a bit ago, Steve Clifford and I were able to chat. We talked about the keys to this game, and he singled out Paul Millsap as a player they've simply got to be mindful of. Coach told me he's always been an energy guy, someone you have to locate and box out every possession. But he's developed his offensive game to the point where he's more than just a hustle guy. He's also a scoring threat now, and a guy we can't leave open. They'll be watching him, Kevin.
Thanks again, Doris.
You know, and for Cody Zeller, after that promising rookie campaign, he just did not tear it up in year 2. In fact, his production only improved slightly. But that was mostly due to the increase in playing time. Talented guy, no doubt, just still trying to find his way in the league.
Now Zeller. Jeff Teague missing from long range. They get it again. Batum attacking. And good on the basket. Book it. Tip-off goes to Charlotte. So let's take a look at the Charlotte starting lineup. Kidd, Gilchrist, and Williams are at the forward spots. Batum is out there with Kemba Walker. And it's Zeller in at the 5.
And he's starting to get what he wants here early and often. Nice move.
Overall, a down year for the Hornets in the 2014-15 season. A big part of that was that they would struggle on the road.
And you know, they had playoff aspirations, but as you said, those aspirations derailed because of the road struggle.
And here's Walker. After Kyle Korver hitting the 3, shots good by Williams.
Boy, just an excellent assist. Nice work from Kemba Walker.
And Bazemore kicks to Millsap. And the 3 off target.
And last season, the Hornets ended with only 14 road wins. Even when they made the playoffs in 2014, they weren't a team that traveled well. It's something the team needs to figure out in order to get back into the postseason.
Now, here's Millsap. Michael Kidd-Gilchrist unable to get his shot to go. From deep three-point range, and there's Korver on the assist by Horford. And it's 6 points in the game for Kyle Korver.
And, you know, as you mentioned, the road record for the Hornets was not that good. I mean, they really struggled late in the year when they seemed to almost give up. They lost their last 7 road games and 9 of their last 10.
Tries again, and you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3.
How about the perseverance there, the extra effort on that offensive glass?
The Hawks shooting their first free throw of the contest.
And just to mention, a season ago, they were very comfortable at the line, hitting about 78% of their free throws.
And, you know, that just added to their confidence at the offensive end. I mean, knowing that free throw shooting was something they didn't have to worry about gave them a lot of confidence to play freely.
And stolen by Williams. Outside, Kidd-Gilchrist. And it's Walker penetrating. And the dunk by Zeller.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case. It looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant. And this guy Much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
Shot's good by Walker.
And you can see he just caught a glimpse of the open man on the perimeter and immediately got him the basketball. And guys, you know, last year, Mark.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson here with my esteemed colleagues, Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. And in our matchup tonight, we'll see the New York Knicks going up against the Atlanta Hawks. Well, for Atlanta, they're looking to come out strong and make their mark early. They have to look at this game as a great opportunity to do just that. And Carmelo, prior to last season making the choice to stay in New York, what do you think, Shaq, of that decision?
You know, he went with his heart. He wanted to stay in New York. You know, it's hard to evaluate after having to shut it down due to injury, but, you know, hopefully he's worked out in the summer. Hopefully he's coming back with a better focus.
Let's meet your Atlanta Hawks starting lineup. At small forward, standing 6'5", number 24, Kent Bazemore.
It's an all-Eastern Conference matchup, and today's game as the Knicks come into town for this one. Great to have you with us, everybody, live on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan. Joining me, Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and courtside Doris Burke. So the New York starting five. Porzingis is out there with Anthony. Then there's Calderon. Then it's Vujacic. And it's Lopez in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Calderon for three, and that's going to be a travel. Teague with the ball, stolen by Vujacic, and a fast break now for New York. And Anthony with the basket on the assist by Vujacic.
Wow, that's a really smooth finish.
That's why we and they always love seeing him at the end of those breaks. He makes it look fun and easy.
And right before Carmelo went down with the injury last season, it seemed like he had added the fadeaway to his game, molded a little bit after Dirk Nowitzki.
Vujacic's shot is off. New York on D. Bazemore wasted no time on that shot, but it's off the mark. Teague against Anthony. Here's Porzingis. The shot misses, and it's the Hawks taking it the other way. And Bazemore kicks to Korver. Horford has a wide open look. The Hawks again can't hit.
Boy, that's a surprising miss right there. He usually feasts on those wide open opportunities.
Anthony, the pass to Porzingis. No good off the back of the rim.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
The basket falls, and that's going to be a blocking call.
First bucket for this offense, 1 of 4 to start the game.
The Atlanta shooting their first free throw of the game.
Yeah, a year ago, though, Kevin, 78% conversion rate from the free throw line, so that's a nice all-around effort.
You know, something you can point to when you're talking about their areas of success last season, free throw shooting.
Now here's Anthony. 11 feet away. And the shot no good, a bit short.
That's now 4 misses on their first 5 attempts. Still trying to find the rhythm and flow here offensively.
The Knicks have gone just 1 for 5 from the field to start the quarter. Calderon kicks to Vujacic. This one for 3. It's rebounded by T. And it's the Hawks ball inside. And the dunk by Horford.
In that tight, with that much of an advantage height-wise, there's just not a lot the defense could do.
With the assist.
New York's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
Anthony dishes to Calderon. And he gets it to go.
Carmelo Anthony showing you his passing skill there.
Shot's good. Hit. Shooting 1.
One thing about Jose Calderon, you could see the frustration in him last season playing a career low 42 games, and his averages were down pretty much, Greg, across the board.
Yeah, and Kevin, he was brought in to kind of invigorate the Knicks' point guard position, but following a preseason calf injury, you know, he missed the team's first 13 games and never was able to really get going. Remember, coming into a new system where he had to learn how to play differently, and then after all that, you know, you have to shut him down because of that left Achilles.
And Millsap slams it in.
The one-hand slam is so sweet when it's his hand doing the slam.
Oh, yeah, he is so smooth, even on a power finish like that.
And really, that's what makes him unique, that combination of power and polish.
He always knows where his teammate's going to be, and, Kevin, that will let him put the ball where he wants it, right waiting for him. And getting back to Jose Calderon, he's been an extremely efficient shooter for a point guard, 48% from the field throughout his career. But last season, he couldn't hit it at all. I mean, he dropped down to 41%.
Here's Korver. Back to Teague. From 10 feet out, the Knicks pull it in. And a fast break now for the Knicks. Pushing it up. Here's Porzingis. That one falls coming off Anthony's feet.
And, you know, on the topic of Jose Calderon, his game is predicated on getting others involved. Last season, he had Carmelo Anthony to throw it to, and really pretty much no one else. So defenders could key on him a little more, causing him, I thought, to become just a little less efficient.
And so it's New York with it. Jeff Teague unable to get his shot to go. Here's Korver. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist.
Outstanding entry pass there. He knew exactly where to go with the ball.
Let's send it out to Doris Burke, who caught up with head coach Kurt Rambis.
He talked about the impact that Al Horford can have on a game and how they'll have their work cut out for them dealing with him. He said Horford's just a complete ball player. He does all the things you want from a big man. He can shoot, handle, and pass. He's always a tough matchup, but it starts with matching his energy level. Kevin, we'll see if they have what it takes.
And thanks for that story, Doris. And it's a completely new group for Atlanta. Schroeder passes to Cephalosha. And once again off the mark by Atlanta.
Jeez, maybe he was trying to show off or something right there.
Is that what you think?
Absolutely.
Instead, it had the opposite effect. He looked foolish.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
You know, the defense, Greg, has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding passes. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist.
The Knicks leading by 4. Last season ended with the Knicks pretty much packing it in, but Clark, it didn't start out that way.
You know what? Not at all. I mean, the Knicks were picked by many, Kevin, to be a playoff team last season. Clearly, things did not go as planned.
Here's Splitter. Boom, he jams it straight down.
Plain one-hand flush. I love it.
Clark, I think he got a few more inches on his vertical by going with the spike.
Yeah, the one hand lets you get up higher.
No doubt about it. At least it looks like that from this angle.
And he gets it to go.
And really just led him to his sweet spot for that finish.
Atlanta's gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. Scott knocks down the 3 ball. Scott's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. For New York, they've gone an even 50% from the field. They are 7 of 14 for the game. Grant kicks to Williams. And he hammers that one down right in the face of Splitter. Nasty. Absolutely filthy.
And the building is stunned, partner. He dug deep into his bag of tricks.
I tell you
there.
what, I hope he keeps that one handy. I want to see that one again.
That Kia Slam Cam replay really gave you a good look at the action. Here's Cephalosha following the score by New York. And he gets it to go.
That's 2 bombs in a row from long range.
Let's face it, the defense is a step slow. You've got to take away the airspace.
And here is Grant. He kicks to Serafin. And he tries off the glass, but it's no good. Tie game in Atlanta. And the second quarter will be on the way. And a chance to hear from former number 2 overall pick Derek Williams about his focus offensively.
Just getting to the basket more, being able to finish with the defender in front of him.
2 huge improvements for him. Greg, can he do more?
Definitely. He's already taken a big leap forward, and there's plenty more room for him to grow. He could become a real beast in this league.
Neither team able to build much of a lead up to this point as we start the second quarter. And when you consider how Atlanta is doing, your thoughts?
I just like the way they're getting out in the open floor, taking advantage of all those fast break chances here early on.
I agree with you, Greg. I mean, they can run, and they've done a good job filling the lanes in transition.
Setting the floor for the Knicks. They've got Anthony. Porzingis is out there with Robin Lopez. Then there's Grant, and it's Afflalo in at the 2 spot. Paul Millsap's checked in for the Hawks. And a look at how the hustle game has been going for the Hawks.
Tell you what, guys, they're showing us a lot of energy early on and racking up those fast break points.
And also, they're jumping on a lot of turnovers, making sure they turn them into points at the other end.
Korver, no luck.
Well, that's clearly a situation you want to make sure you don't give him too good of a look at.
No doubt about it. You cannot let up defensively just because he missed that one.
It will go down, and the Hawks' lead is cut down to just 2 points on the bucket from Porzingis. Atlanta's gone 3 of 7 tonight from 3-point territory.
And guys, Porzingis was almost a rookie last season, but he opted to pull out of the early entry and wait a year for this past summer's draft. Seems to have worked out for him as far as how his draft stock has changed.
Now here's Afflalo following the miss by Al Horford. Afflalo dishes to Anthony. Lopez, a screen on Millsap. Millsap with the steal. Schroeder kicks to Horford. And down it goes. Dunked through off a wonderful assist.
And guys, that's a big swing right there. I mean, taking the steal and then turning it into 2 easy points on the dunk.
No telling how important that sequence could turn out to be.
And guys, in a game this snug, moments like that are the ones we usually look back on at the end as a difference maker.
Here's Lopez. That one falls. His second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3. Greg, you're right with Porzingis. It made sense for him to wait 1 more year. Clark has a lot to learn, but still comes over, as a much talked about player, a much better player than had he declared last season.
I agree with you, yet he'll still need time to develop, but all the ingredients are there. He's got a chance to be a really good player.
Yeah, the Latvian had a great shot for his height, and there'll be an interesting stretch for in the NBA.
Good call.
That shot.
I don't believe what I just saw right there, Cam.
Anthony drives in. Misses off the right iron.
He's giving them little to nothing at the offensive end. I can't put it any other way. If they could end every possession with that shot, they'd be happy. 9 times out of 10, that's an easy layup for them.
Here's Porzingis. No good with the triple. The Hawks leading by 3. To the middle. Here's Schroeder. And count it. 2 points with a chance for 1 more at the free throw line.
They are not rotating nearly quickly enough on defense down low. Got to get quicker there.
Just no resistance on the interior.
Here's what Atlanta's going with right now. Splitter's checked in for Horford. Ken Bazemore comes in for Chris Humphries. And it's Teague in for Kyle Korver. And a new group in for the Knicks. Kevin Serafin, he's checked in for Lopez. Vujacic comes in for Porzingis. Jose Calderon is checked in for Aaron Aflalo. And Langston Galloway subbed in for Grant. The pass to Galloway. Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. Can't hit.
Almost no chance of that shot going in.
Yeah, there were a lot of other places he could have gone with the basketball instead of forcing that shot up.
The Hawks offense was a thing of beauty at times to watch last year. They really came together. They epitomized that turn team so well.
You hit it right on the head. I mean, they knew how to find the open man. The ball always ended up in the right spot. And so many of their shots came from assists, second in the league in that category.
For the Hawks, Scott comes in for Paul Millsap. And Tim Hardaway Jr. subbed in for Dennis Schroeder. Derek Williams, he checked in for the Knicks. It's deflected. Out of bounds. Hawks ball as Atlanta keeps possession. A minute 50 left in the first half. Here's Scott. And once again off the mark by Atlanta.
Well, I tell you what, the Hawks were terrific in so many different ways last year offensively. They led the league in catch and shoot points per game. And when you watch video, that's what stands out.
Out of bounds, Atlanta takes possession.
Boy, did they ever make a mess out of that one. A terrible turnover.
Here's Teague. 5-point lead, the biggest of the game. Kicks it to Splitter. Run deep. And so the ball out of bounds. Splitter touched it last.
Knicks ball.
.122 left in the first half. Here's Galloway. Pass to Vujacic. There's a screen by Williams. Vujacic up top. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Serafin. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
Hawks also led the league in catch and shoot threes per game last season. They have a roster of guys that can knock it down with space and really made the most of it.
Well, nobody said, Greg, being in the NBA was for the faint of heart. The Knicks in a few short years have gone from a playoff team, unfortunately, to the worst team in the NBA.
Hard to fathom, Kevin, that the Knicks did enter last season with playoff aspirations, but that quickly vanished. They were just completely overmatched and overwhelmed.
Knicks trail by 6. Now, here's Calderon. It's tipped. Now the Hawks moving it the other way. Teague's got the ball.
Great hustle to turn the block shot into a fast break hoop. That's a big-time play. You know, the Knicks made the playoffs every season between 1988 and 2001. It's kind of strange now to see the Knicks struggle to get into the playoffs so often. Only 3 trips in the playoffs the last 10 seasons. Well, the effort was there, but he just couldn't quite fight his way through traffic.
They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going.
How about the way he's able to angle his body to shield the big fella off and still get the finish?
You've got to be clever with your sleight of hand when you get inside and try to finish against the bigger guys. And he made it look easy that time.
Here's Serafin, and it's good. Fought through contact, hits the shot. He'll go to the free throw line.
The number of points they've scored in the paint already today is pretty eye-opening.
It really is, Clark. The defenders need to do a better job of closing those lanes to the hoop.
Serafin, no good on the free throw. And we finished one half of basketball. Hawks lead. And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
So, Carmelo, after this first half of play, what do you believe the team needs to focus on from here on out?
Well, just communication and trusting one another. When somebody get beat, the next guy got his back, and we're just trying to get up and down, get going some way, somehow. For the most part, we did.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Ernie Johnson here, joined by Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. We welcome you to the Halftime Show on 2K Sports. A competitive matchup for Atlanta in the first quarter. The biggest lead of the quarter was only 3 points as they traded baskets back and forth. The second quarter was when things really came together for them, and the result is they were able to build a solid 6-point lead at the half. Kenny, what was your take on Atlanta?
Well, give them credit for getting out on that fast break. They made a concerted effort to run.
And that's it for halftime as the second half is just about to get underway. See you after the game.
Welcome back, everybody. The start of the second half getting underway. Both teams battling hard through the first half.
Check out the game for Korver. He's got 10 points, and he's hit the mark twice from three-point range as well.
And Clark, it's no stretch to say the more points he gives them from beyond the arc, the better off they'll be.
Teague and Korver are the guards. Millsap at power forward with Horford at the center. And it's Bazemore at the small forward. They're the group for Mike Budenholzer starting the second half. Calderon against Teague. The 19-foot shot. They get the rebound. That one's in there. The Hawks lead is cut down to 4 on the bucket from Porzingis.
If you battle for the offensive rebound and come up with it, you're guaranteed a high-quality shot on a follow just like he got there.
No other way to put it. Just a poor shooting performance for him, but luckily his teammates have picked up the slack.
Calderon. Rebound by the Hawks. Horford's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. What a season for Al Horford last year. Such a great display from him and his team as he led the Hawks to the #1 seed in the Eastern Conference.
And for all the team accomplishments the Hawks had, Horford was able to hit some of his own milestones as well. Had his first career triple-double last season.
And now the Knicks on the break, and that's an intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Yeah, yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
And the Hawks making a change here. Schroeder's checked in, and New York with a change here too. Grant's checked in.
Horford was really a cog in all aspects of the Hawks last season. I mean, a major cog. Just a consistent presence inside with his 15 points and 7 boards a game.
Grant kicks to Vujacic. And the go-ahead bucket, no good. The Hawks leading. Korver passes to Millsap. Can't get it to go. Good D by Lopez.
That's a big donut, folks, here to start the second half. 4 straight they've missed. And for Horford last year, the numbers were down a bit, but that wasn't due to his play. I think the Hawks were just a more balanced team, and he could obviously put up bigger numbers if he wanted to, but by playing within the system, I think it allowed Atlanta to reach his true potential over the course of the regular season.
It's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. The Knicks have gone 2 of 4 at the free throw line.
2 shots.
He's off on the first.
You know, there was plenty to be happy about last year in Atlanta with the way the Hawks played. One sour note, though, was that the team was viewed as a potential buy for Seattle groups.
Chris Humphries has checked in for Atlanta. Well, last season, the Hawks not only had a great year on the floor as they were the top seed in the Eastern Conference, but they had a pretty good day at the bank, too. They sold for a nice price. Looks like the team is going to stay in Atlanta where it belongs.
Yeah, and that's great news for Atlanta. And they were rewarded with a terrific season. A group, including Grant Hill, purchased the Hawks, and obviously will keep that group in Atlanta for many years to come.
This game has a lot of character here in the third period.
Yeah, you know what, guys? I love seeing this type of action. A competitive, compelling matchup. A lot of lead changes here so far.
Yeah, 6 already. Intensity is the theme for this one.
Dishes it to Grant. Feeds to Lopez. And a little luck that time, but it drops. Lopez has got the lead up to 4 now for the Knicks.
His ball distribution tonight just as good as it gets.
Yeah, it sure has been. I mean, all you have to do is look at the numbers. There's no lying in those totals.
And here are the Knicks. They're on a 12-4 run. Anthony dishes to Vujacic. Passes to Porzingis. Lopez a screen. Now Vujicic misses in close. To the inside. Here's Horford. And he uses the glass on the layup. Horford's got the game tied up here for the Hawks.
Some big points there. I mean, they got him on a nice play to get the ball right to the bucket.
And exactly what they're looking for down the stretch, Clark. Just more of the same.
And so New York calls timeout. You look back last year, and the Hawks were incredible at home last season. Not a bad way to help unveil that beautiful statue of Dominique Wilkins in front of the stadium.
Yeah, I mean, and so much went right for the Hawks. And adding that statue of Neek was the cherry on top. Very classy move from that organization.
And that's a foul. It's called on Thabo Sefolosha. That's his first foul.
Yeah, way to get there first and be willing to absorb the contact.
No question about it. No flop there. That was a direct shot to the chest.
Grant kicks to Afflalo. Pass to Porzingis. Add another basket to his impressive total. It's his 9th against 12 attempts.
It seems that every pass they make is leading to a score here. I mean, that's just exquisite ball movement.
And that's because the ball is looking for the best shot, and it's really paid off for them during the run.
Galloway, no good. The Hawks trail by 4. Inside. And the jam by Sefolosha.
And that's how it's done. I mean, find that hole in the D and then go hard to the rack.
Maybe that hole was a little bigger than it should have been.
Well, it was. I mean, a tight game like this one, you'd think they'd have a little more energy at the defensive end than that.
And there's the pass to Porzingis. Off target with his 3. Atlanta's gotten off to a very slow start from three-point range in the second half. They're 0 for 4. Splitter against Grant. Splitter misses. For New York, they've gotten half their shots to drop in the second half up to this point, going 7 of 14. They set the pick. And it's Afflalo penetrating. It's tipped. Out of bounds. Atlanta takes possession. Atlanta making a switch here. Teague's checked in. Kevin Seraphin, he's checked in for the Knicks. There's 45 seconds left in the third quarter. Schroeder passes to Scott for the lead. Atlanta again missing. New York's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Inside. Some nice passing by New York here. And Afflalo kicks to Galloway. 6 to shoot. Drilled from 11 feet out.
That's what I call a captivating move there. He absolutely incinerated the D with that one.
Schroeder passes to Teague. Fires it up. And it comes off the front of the rim.
Well, that's an excellent challenge right there. Good job contesting that shot by the defender.
And that does it for the third quarter. Both teams click. We've got a great game on our hands as we welcome you back. The fourth quarter of action getting started. And so it's New York with it. They lead by 4. And on the floor for New York here in the fourth. Anthony out there with Robin Lopez. Then there's Calderon. Then there's Afflalo. And it's Galloway in at the 1. Kept alive. Anthony dishes to Lopez. That one falls coming off Anthony's feet. Anthony's got 5 assists in the game.
That's something they need to do more of. Get after it on the glass. Go get those balls.
Clark, it wouldn't hurt. Some extra possessions would definitely help narrow the gap and maybe swing the momentum.
Galloway kicks to Anthony. Horford with the rebound.
Boy, he shredded the D with the patented crossover, but just couldn't convert.
Here's Korver. It's hauled in by Jose Calderon. Calderon's got 3 rebounds so far in the game.
And the shots just continue to say no in terms of falling.
The wide open look here for Anthony. Drills the three-pointer. Anthony's got the lead up to 6 now for the Knicks.
Not his best game, but they're still getting it done collectively.
The feed now to Korver. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. Look at his contract, and Kyle Korver is a steal, Clark, at 4 years and $24 million.
Yeah, but he's a guy not only who can shoot it, clearly, but a good team defender as well. I think he's a really solid, complete player and a pro's pro in terms of the locker room.
Yeah, seems when he's on the floor, the Hawks a different team offensively.
No question.
Porzingis, he's checked in for New York. Anthony kicks to Afflalo, and the shot is good.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
Hi, guys. I had a chance to find out what Mike Budenholzer was discussing with his guys. He laid out the X's and O's and told them, we're still alive, guys. We've just got to work together, trust each other, and play our backsides off. Kevin, we'll see if they've got enough in the tank to get over the top.
And thank you, Doris. Teague for 3. The Knicks pull it in. Anthony's got 6 rebounds in the game.
And Korver, not the longest or the most athletic, but he's disciplined and also moves his feet well. So they talk about staying on the. He's always attentive and engaged.
And stolen by Afflalo. Outside Anthony. Another shot, and it's Lopez laying it in. And it's an 8-point New York lead. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Knicks.
The activity level defensively, I've really been impressed with. They've been in attack mode on the defensive end.
They've been firing on all cylinders in the transition game, too. I mean, they've really run the break well.
And Korver, a guy who'll set a hard screen, scrap for rebounds. He's come from a basketball family. You can sense, though, his love for the game. He wants to do the little things now that help you win, and that's one reason why he was an all-star a season ago.
Anthony left side. Teardrop shot, and the layup is up and in. And the Knicks lead by 8.
Oh, terrific way to finish that move there, going to the basket.
And here's Korver from the arc. And the rebound.